Hello, hello. I don't often come on this page live like I do in my other groups, but I thought it was time. I was recently talking with someone about the idea of becoming your true authentic self, which really is the goal, if you want to call it, of the work that I do in trauma healing. Letting go of all the patterns that don't fit for you or were created in times of overwhelm or fear. So what I realize is that what happens throughout our life is that when those moments where things become overwhelming, too much for the nervous system, for the body to digest and manage at the time, maybe comes as a moment of shock or a moment of shame or a moment of fear that doesn't get fully processed. And what happens there is we go into a bit of a freeze, fight, flight, freeze, or faint response. And we lose our breath. In other words, we lose our consciousness in that moment. And it might get tucked away to be processed at a later time. So the very first step, so we develop patterns to protect us from those moments. Naturally, we're just amazing human beings. But when we start to learn how to breathe a little bit deeper, a little bit fuller, and feel more into our body, many of us have been disconnected for years, decades, a lifetime. And so it's really important to know that when we start to breathe, we're starting to open up to those areas of us that have been held in our body, those pockets. So the very first step to feeling more alive and full in your body, which ultimately means feeling more like your authentic self, not the one that has to pretend or put on a mask or do a pattern to protect yourself. You may have learned lots of those throughout your life. We all have. But the very first step is just learning how to breathe into your body. Even that process for some people can take a long time, if not years, to become a fully diaphragmatic breather. And also, as I said, it's really important to know that when you start that you start to unleash some of the things that have been held, some of the emotions and sensations, and to learn to welcome them as those parts of you that have been held in tension or in tightness. So the breath is just an amazing tool, right? It's keeping us alive right now in this very moment, if you're here listening. So when we're talking about feeling alive, being your true authentic self, you can read all the books in the world, but it doesn't happen in the future. It doesn't even happen in your mind, because the moment you start thinking, oh, I feel like my authentic self, or I feel more alive, you're already a little bit disconnected. But that's okay, because it's one of those things you notice in retrospect, or just a general, just feeling more well-being in my body. I feel more like me. And none of that happens in the future or in the past. It can only ever happen right now in the present moment. Otherwise, it's just another idea. So I've read lots of books too, believe me, just to make sure. And then I realized that it's coming back to your body, back to your breath, and learning to breathe a little bit deeper, a little bit more relaxed into the parts of your body that don't feel authentic. So this journey to feeling alive and more authentic can happen at any point in your life. Mostly I work with women, midlife and beyond, when we kind of get tired of all the busyness or all the doing or all the giving or people pleasing to other people or to a job, and realize that it truly is time. There's no better time then to start learning to breathe a little bit deeper, starting to feel more alive finally in your body, no matter your circumstances, no matter your all the reasons you might have that might get in the way. And through that, through descending into your body with your breath, is the first step to feeling authentic. You can't do it without taking a deeper, fuller breath. So I am starting, my next course is starting January 24th, and it is rebirthing the wise woman leader inside of you. And really what that means is the wisest, most authentic part of yourself. And I'm not talking smartest or most intelligent or anything like that, but wisdom comes from deep within you, within your gut, your intuition. And when we start breathing a little bit fuller and deeper, and we actually use it to access that part of ourselves, that's when the magic happens. I hope you'll join me. I'll leave the link below. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.